Hey everybody, that's once again about open source. Let's talk about that. And I want to actually explain you the blog post I wrote a few months ago about, as I called it, open source arms race. I explained there that open source, a long time ago, like 20 years ago, it was the territory of hackers, of enthusiasts who were interested in doing something for free on their own without basically any management, their own projects. And that's how really bright things were created in software development. And it was like that for many, many years. And it was the place of no money, basically. So people were doing open source, staying somewhere on regular payroll and doing it just because out of their own enthusiasm. But the situation is changing dramatically now, according to what I understand. The reality I observe around me is that the situation is changing so fast, and it's changing the way that a lot of money, enterprise money, are coming to this open source territory. How it happens: companies, they sponsor open source projects, they fund open source startups, they acquire open source startups, and they donate a lot of money to open source developers. So they basically approach programmers everywhere in the world. They find them through their GitHub reputation or their GitHub projects, and they ask them for, how about you accept some money from us and keep doing what you're doing. It happened to me 2 times over the last year and a half. So 2 quite large companies approached me and said that we see what you're doing on GitHub, and we see a few of your products, and we would love to donate you, just give you some money regularly so that you keep doing that, because those products look interesting for us. And I'm not going to say whether I accepted the offer or not, but that happened. And it will happen more. That's my point. So it will happen to me, it will happen to you if you stay in this territory. More money will get into this market, and more companies will want to basically acquire a piece of the market. Google will want to acquire that piece. IBM will acquire another piece. Oracle will take another piece. Different companies will take their own places, their own territories in this market. What they're doing this for, why it's happening. I think that we programmers and our products, but basically we programmers, are becoming an extremely valuable asset. But we were extremely valuable asset before, but now they realize that we are moving more and more actively to the open source territory, and there is no way to catch us and to return us back to enterprise mode. And they understand this trend, and they want to control this trend. So they want to be there, they want to be involved in what's happening, and they understand that the more and more software the world uses is open source. I said it multiple times that my prediction is that, like, in 10 years, maybe 20 years, 99%, all software development, all software products will be open source, and only services will be paid. So companies will develop their products, they will make them open source, and then those who use those products, they will pay those companies maybe for the service, maybe for installation, for deployment, for hosting, for running that product, maybe. But the product, the code itself, will be open. It's gonna happen. It is not, we're not there yet. We're getting there. But companies, large companies, already realize that. They already realize this. They didn't realize it 10 years ago, but now they understand that the code will be our code, not their code anymore. It's going to be open for everybody. And they want to be in charge. They want to be there, and they want to, now they just donate, now they just sponsor products, but sooner or later they will be in charge. They will, put some more control on that. And our job right now as programmers is to be there as well. So my point for you is that the sooner you get there, the sooner you become an open source author, the open source developer, the owner of a small piece of this territory, the better it is for your future. So your future is more guaranteed if you are in this place. If you stay in the company, if you stay in the closed source, in proprietary software development, inside your office development, then you just basically miss the opportunity of which is coming to you in 10 years. So start now, no matter how small, no matter how simple is your project. You just get into this market and let yourself be one of those assets who large companies may want to acquire in a few years. So that's my point. Try it. And we're doing an interesting initiative. That's a little bit of promotion in the end. In Moscow, we have this event called KaiCode, which you can join. You can come to our meetups or a large event and submit your project, even if it's small, if it's young, if even you're just starting. Then submit it to us. We do the review. We give you the stage. You present it there. We help you to grow it. And basically, together, we can get the piece of this market. Come to us. I think it will be interesting. So thanks for listening. See you next time. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.